And it should be starting. Just gonna wait for the stream delay on this. And they're both in King's Pass. So this is the first area of the game. It's really a bit of a cutscene. There's not much that can really go wrong here. Okay, that's not usual. We've got Steel Soul Mode from Pyros. Looks like slightly bad Vengefly RNG on Pyros' side, but it's not a huge time loss. Again, there's nothing that can really go terribly wrong here. And we're just getting a sync up on their perspectives. Now entering Dirtmouth, let's see if we get any Elderbug love coming out from the runners. Aprillomat is skipping Elderbug, and so is Pyros. Shameful. Of course, the runners will have no idea where to go now because they've skipped all the hints from Elderbug. So it will be interesting to see how they handle this. Oh, the Acid Arena on the Aprillomat side. This can be a little bit difficult because there's a double spike kill, which we're going to see attempt. We've got one Aspid, and the cleanup is a bit awkward sometimes if you miss the double spike kill. Pyro's also getting one of the Aspids. Looks like the runners are relatively synced up right now. We're going to see some safety heals from Pyros, probably because they're on Steel Soul mode. I still don't know why they're on Steel Soul mode. Heading to False Knights, which is the first boss of the run, which normally in all skills we would skip, but I honestly can't say for this run, given some of the stuff that's already happened with Steel Soul mode. And, okay, Aprillomat is not going to skip False Knights. That's an interesting choice. There might be a reason for that. We'll have to wait and see. A little scary getting down to 1 HP here, but that is the end of the fight, I believe. You just have to wait for one more phase. And Pyros appears to have skipped False Knights, and is going to be picking up our first spell, which is Vengeful Spirit. Yes, that is my voice. False Knight isn't talking to you at the moment. I would be honestly quite concerned if False Knight was talking to you. So we're going to be seeing quite a big time difference here because obviously killing False Knight does take quite a long time. And let's see how many spits we get. First spits. Good RNG from the boulder. We'll have to wait about another 40 seconds to work out how many spits the Aprillomat's going to get. Interestingly, Aprillomat is running in English, which is not the fastest language, so usually we'll see speedruns done in Chinese. It's a lot faster overall. So that boulder insta-kill you just saw Aprillomat do is exclusive to older patches of the game. By going off-screen, we can make the boulder get hit only 4 separate times by the fireball, while only having to cast it once, which is why we don't have to wait for a spit from that second boulder. Got a squid back up from Pyrals. Looks like they missed the second fireball skip, which is a little unfortunate, but overall, nothing too drastic. I think we'll just switch to Pyral's audio since they're further through Green Path. A little difficult to comment on who's actually further ahead because I don't think either of them are quite good following the typical route. If I had to guess, I was going to get to Right Side City via tram pass, since that's one of the easiest ways to... Well, it is one of the only ways to get there. You can either go through Shade Skip to Blue Lake, you can come in through Resting Grounds, I believe through the Crypt if you have Dive. You can obviously take the tram pass from Deep Nest down to Ancient Basin, or you can use the City Crest, and there's not many of those options left based on Pyral's decision so far. The Moss Knights we just saw on Pyral's screen are a really good source of early game geo in this run. It's 170 for both the Moss Knights and the nodes. Pyro's just coming up on Hornet 1, which is going to be the first boss fight they complete in this run. That's an unfortunate attack to get straight away. It means you can't hit her unless you have Soul. And Aprillomat's just coming into the Hornet fight as Pyros picks up Mothwing Cloak. Again, it's very difficult to say who's actually ahead here. They're taking different routes, I assume. Pyros will presumably now be heading down to Fungal Waste to pick up our next ability, which is Mantis Claw. Mantis Claw is necessary for beating the game, unlike Mothwing Cloak, although obviously Mothwing Cloak makes it much faster, which is why we always get it. Fungal Wastes is one of the most movement-heavy areas in a lot of runs. So there's not really much fighting you have to do in the entire section. It's just straight going to Mantis Claw. Pyros is coming up on E-Pogo, which is a trick where we use this small grenade in order to pogo up to that ledge on the left. Unfortunately missing it the first time. But it's somewhat of a difficult trick, so as long as they're not taking damage to it, it's definitely very easy to reset the trick. To be completely honest, we don't know what the Steel Soul from Pyros is for. Since normally in all skills we would shade skip up to resting grounds, but clearly that's not going to happen. Aprillomat's coming up on E-Pogo here as well. See if they can get it first try. Barely making it, but that's all you need to do. Nice backup for Mantis Pogo from Pyros there, using the middle Mantis in order to get up. And picking up Mantis Claw to leave Mantis Village. Aprillomat unfortunately missing the backup. And wait, that's unusual. Pyros is not save quitting out from Mantis Claw. I have no idea why. We'll find out. So far, Aprillomat has killed False Knight, and Pyros is on Steel Soul and didn't quit out from Mantis Claw, which, looking at where they're going, I assume they're now going to Deepness to pick up Trampass. Aprillomat does say quit out from Mantis Claw, as we usually do in this run. Yeah, it does look like Pyros is now going to head into Deep Nest, which I believe is still dark since they don't have lantern. So this area of Deep Nest is not one we'd normally see in this category. So I will assume that they've been practicing this independently from their normal skills practice. What's happening here? I don't really know. I think we're going to find out. Aprillomat's killing Roz's mother, which is a very fast boss to kill. Dies in just 3 vengeful spirit nails, and then 6 nail hits after that. See what the cleanup's like. Missing 2 brothers, not too bad overall. I believe Aprillomat did get Crossroads Stag, yeah. As for what Pyros is doing, I can't say. I'm assuming going to Trampoz right now. Aprillomat looks like they're setting up the Shade Skit, as we normally would here. It gets the first try, very nice. Yeah, and Pyros is definitely going for Trampoz at this point. It looks like Aprillomat is going for Dream Nail early. Again, not something we'd normally see in this category, since we don't need to kill any of the Dreamers very fast. Normally, we would get that after doing Crystal Peak and getting Descending Dark. This is definitely a lot of content. I don't really know what the content is, so hopefully it's good. It looks like we're going to get a co-commentator in a minute. It's going to link. Pyros is just heading up to city now, it looks like. Right, possibly to King Station, or going up to Gorgeous Husk, I assume, now. Interesting, they're going to be in city at the same time. Okay, it looks like we're going to get joining. There you are.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm not Palm, but I'm here. Hey guys, I'm Herm. Glad to be seeing this race today. Sorry for being a little late, but I'm happy to step in.
We're missing Shy, so
yeah,
got the co-commentator now.
Here we go. Yeah, I'm
April's
Palm
always like
2.0.
to voice stuff, okay? Yeah, updated Palm.
All right. It looks like Pyro's in a semi-normal.
There's a very interesting race going on here. I don't actually know what's happening.
Yeah, I saw Steel Soul and I saw Tram Pass, right? Where was the Tram Pass taken?
They went into space and then up to city.
Okay.
From there, getting Dash Slash, which is almost the normal route at this point.
All right.
So far, I think the only thing really April's done differently is killing False Knights.
Oh, okay. So April got City Crest then? And the Geo?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Yes.
They didn't use City Crest though, I don't think. So I'll be interested to see if that actually comes in later or not.
Yeah, that's very curious.
Looks like they're both managing to pick up Dash Slash at a similar time, which is surprising considering what's happened.
I suppose. Yes. I mean, wow, holy cow, this is a whole thing. Yes, hello chat, you all are very cute. And I will be excited to see this. I don't remember, was this the one that was originally planned to be true ending and then maybe some things changed?
I don't think it was ever planned to be true ending, but I know there were certainly some reroutes going on, which from the looks of things are still happening.
Yes. I mean, Tram Pass, I guess, if you're on Steel Soul, is decent right side, but it is just like, why are we on Steel Soul? Especially if April is not.
Yeah, it does look like this wasn't incredibly coordinated reroute.
No, it does not.
Since they're doing different routes as well.
It seems more like a showcase than a race, almost.
Yeah, it does kind of.
Well, there's a Dash Slash for April, and it looks like Pyros is heading up in a semi-normal looking way.
Yeah. It's really too early to say who's ahead, though, if they're going to be changing the route up like this.
Right, I was just thinking to myself, you know, when I was watching this race and realized I could step in and commentate the whole, like, oh, switch audio to whoever's ahead, but we have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know who's ahead. It's currently on Pyro's audio, because they're ahead in Green Path because April killed False Knights.
Right, it is kind of insane. I mean, people are asking if the Steel Soul was accidental.
Yeah, I feel like we would have got some Pyros looking for resets if that happened.
Yeah, I mean, frankly, that is pretty detrimental if you're trying to run the whole race as planned.
The only place where it's especially matters is Shade Skip, but that is a pretty significant reroute you have to do to avoid it.
Yeah, and I also think to myself that yeah, exactly. People are saying Pyros. First of all, Pyros is a complete meme lord. Second of all,
Yeah.
the tram pass seemed very much rehearsed. It wasn't like, oh
Yeah,
shoot, I
it
have to
did.
improvise and go grab a tram pass. But
I mean, I think Pyros's round 1 race was also bizarre.
yes, that was the Mag Isma's attempt. I do remember watching that. Unfortunately,
that was,
did not get
fun
it,
one.
but was fully set up for it in honor of Best Girl Percent, which is our beat the game without saving Mila category. Look, it's a proper lever skip. Lost the charge on the nail art though.
There we go. And pick up Shade Soul in an almost normal route.
Right, I mean, at this point, we can basically talk about, yeah, guys, it's patch 1221. We're doing lever skips. It allows us to avoid a whole bunch of rerouting and such, and grabs Shade Soul before heading into Soul Sanctum, which appears to be what April's doing as well. So maybe we have sort of maybe we're in the eye of the storm, because I feel like
Possibly.
it's gonna get worse later, but...
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, we've just got a warning that if Pyrosa dies, they're getting disqualified.
I mean, I do feel that it's definitely as much as the Steel Soul Shade Skip is an incredible tool that is the best skip in all skills. I think that it would be pretty difficult to take a death in this run.
Yeah, I think Pyros dying here would just instantly be a forfeit.
Yeah, I like to talk about worst places to die in most of my commentary, like, oh, a death in Peaks, a death to this boss, a death to that. Well, I think this entire version of Hallow Nest is definitely the worst place to die.
Yeah. Was that a non-shaman boosted Shade Soul there for Pyros?
Yes, that actually was. I was noticing that as well. I remember seeing some meme where it's like...
They haven't gone to kill Grozmother yet, so I suppose there's no way they could have got Shaman Stone.
It's the age-old meme of, like, if you use Shaman Stone, you're always bothered when your Shade Soul is too small, and I'm no exception. So yeah, I guess...
Yeah, going back to normal size spells is really hard.
And I mean, that will have some consequences, not only in damage numbers, but it's also a lot easier to get doubles with Shaman. So in the end, hopefully it doesn't bring Pyros close to death, but you should be fine.
Yeah,
the
reason, for example, in low percent, not having Shaman Stone is so difficult for Watcher Knights is because it's so much more difficult to double hit the Watcher Knights, not just because you get less damage.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the end, I mean, that 10 damage is certainly nice, but in the end, you're getting a double, and that's increasing your single hit 30 Shade Soul to an 80.
60. Oh, well, 80 with Shaman Stone, 60 without.
Yeah.
Low percent all skills, suggestion from chats. That would be an interesting run.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I feel like it somewhat defeats the point of low percent in that you're getting all the skills, which is a fairly high percentage considering each skill, most of them are 2%. But, I mean, I guess if you just want to do it without Shaman, then it makes sense.
Yeah, I think pretty much the only difference there is you don't get Shamans.
Yeah, because everything else is... Yeah, I really can't think of anything else that counts towards a completion percent, because we don't really do any boss fights that are optional. Oh, people are saying have to go through Deep Nest to City.
Yeah, that's what Pyros did earlier, yeah.
I got confusion. Selling Egus. That would be incredible if we saw a visit to Steel Soul Jin. That was something that happened once in the Rando tournament. And it was quite iconic.
Somehow we've got a synchronized Soul Master fights, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it is technically an all-skills race, and they are upholding...
They will have to do all of the normal parts of all skills, just apparently some extra things as well.
Right.
Getting that Geo chest is normally only done on current patch, I believe.
Yes, I believe as well. Yes, Virgil, Pyros is in Steel Soul right now.
Yes, we don't know why yet.
We need some Geo as well, so we're just going to be watching them closely. Yeah. We'll see if April gets that geo chest as well. Their routing seems to be slightly more normal thus far due to the lack of a...
No, Soul Tyrant.
No, that was basically a commentator's curse of normalcy. April is fighting Soul Tyrant. For those of you who are not familiar with Soul Tyrant, there are 4 bosses in Hollow Knight, technically 5 with Great Prince that have dream variants that are significantly faster and tougher. So for example, Soul Tyrant is known for a crazy amount of teleports as well as ridiculously high stagger values, takes 19 hits to stagger, can be truly brutal, has about 1200 health, I believe. So
yeah, this is certainly going to be a tough fight.
Yeah. Yes. So this is no fun as a fight when you don't have
Down to 2 HP is very scary here, considering how difficult this fight is going to be without anything like Shade Cloak or Wings.
And that's the thing, is with no Shade Cloak and no Wings, you have to be extremely, extremely diligent in your timing, jumping over those shockwaves, which can pretty much, with that fake dive move as well, can occur at a moment's notice. So, and that clockwork attack,
with Wings, you can play those much safer.
Much harder to
I'm going to see some heals there. That attack is very nice because it does give you a free heal.
Yes.
Right,
finally a stagger. But as you can see, in contrast to Soulmaster, those staggers come far less frequently. And it is just a lot more difficult to get those heals in. And Purple taking the traditional bench at Watcher Spire, so it doesn't seem like
we're assuming both runners. From a question from chat, we're assuming both runners have agreed to do something different. Otherwise, I don't think we'd be seeing this happen. I think it would be absolutely insane to try and do this against someone who's going for the standard all skills route.
Yeah, and frankly, it would be rather tough and unfair to the opponent, as if you want to race under certain terms, I mean, you have to essentially make a gentleman's agreement there, but it seems like they've made a gentleman's agreement to the memes, and that's what we're seeing.
In fact, I believe the schedule has this race marked as a 3-hour slot instead of a 2-hour to account for whatever the hell's happening.
Wow, and there you go. I mean, that is... I mean, we're seeing Soul Tyrant right now. I don't think we're going to see that ever again.
In this tournament.
In this tournament. Yeah, certainly not. And I believe it's 300 essence, so I do wonder if
this one's 300. I believe all of the other Dream Boss variants are 300, except for Lost Kin, which is 400. I still don't actually know why it's
favorite Dream
worth
Boss.
more.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean...
I'm wondering if it's because you're supposed to do Broken
essence.
Vessel itself later.
Yeah.
Just because, you have White Defender, in theory, I guess, goes through.
This is an interesting question. I believe you have to... Do you have to fully defeat False Knight to fight Failed Champion?
Yes. So, actually, we probably will be seeing Failed Champion from Aprillomat later.
Yes, and so I think that may be the reason for the City Crest obtained may be a bit of a bait, and we're going to be seeing Failed Champion.
What we see in True Ending, although I don't think this is a True Ending run, because we would not normally do Soul Tyrants.
Right. So maybe this is sort of an all Dream Bosses sort of thing.
That would be very interesting.
Yes. And
that would also take a very long time.
Yes, most certainly.
I'm not entirely sure if 3 hours would be enough for that, actually. I think you could probably do it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue is that White Defender does not... you're not able to fight him until you've got all 3 Dreamers. So that is going to be the biggest roadblock in that.
It's a very interesting reroute there.
You can't make a smooth trip through waterways.
You also have the issue with Grey Prince Zodes. Of course, you've got the entire side to do that. As neither runner saved
that is also
Zodes.
so true.
Neither runner saved Zodes, so in fact, we definitely won't be seeing all Dream Bosses.
Yes. See, I rarely consider Zode a true Dream Boss due to the fact that, I didn't save Zode on my first however many playthroughs until I finally gave in and played Steel Soul and was like, okay, I'll defeat Zode. But yeah, people Great Prince Zote is on 1221, but since Zote was not saved in Green Path before the players got, I believe it's Dash.
I believe Great Prince Zote was added in version 1.1.
Yeah, it was in Hidden Dreams
goes
with White Defender.
Yeah. Yeah, so as you were saying earlier, Crystal Peaks would usually be one of the worst places to take a death because you have to go so far back, but in this case, that's everywhere for Pyros.
Yes. And April heading out of Soul Sanctum, they seem to be back on the path, but we're gonna have to see where we go from here.
We'll also have to see what they're using that 300 essence for. You know, some people do say Dreamgate is a skill, so...
Right, this may be in the defense of essence skills are skills, which we disagree with here as all skills sort of connoisseurs because it would make the run far too similar to True Ending.
It's sort of just discount True Ending at that point.
Yeah, it's just True Ending, but you get things
essence.
that you don't need.
Ooh,
that was a very
failed
much a failed underplat.
Gonna
Unfortunately, you hate to see it. Especially
that's
on
a very
underplat.
scary time loss because that screws up your cycles.
Yes, Pyros will really have to go improvise here. But gets the underplat second try, and will take that Soul Totem for some more heals.
April taking a death there.
Oh,
I don't believe there's a Shade Skin in that room. And that puts them back at Soul Master. So the hard save Desolate Dive. Looks like there were about 20 centimeters from that bench. On the left.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate. It reminds me of a recent rando I played where I fell on one mask in Deep Nest to the spike pit that looks like the Hot Spring Fall. And that is nasty. It's that sort of thing, but thankfully he's not on Steel Soul, and that's all you can ask for. It looks like Pyros is saving a grub here. Good man, you'll love to see the grubs saved.
That's not where we normally go.
Nope.
Pyros is not just going to go, perhaps just gathering soul.
I mean, is he getting soul? Yeah, from the... No?
Okay.
No? Okay.
No, he's just getting the Geo. Okay. These are both parts of the normal skills route, for one.
Yes, they are on run routing right now. Pyros saving a grub again. Very good. Bowing to the grub, you'll love to see it. That is the respect that we ask for here in these all skills runs.
Absolutely.
And we'll go into the dark room like a normal runner would. Where was it fall?
Yeah, the hazard respawn in this room is unfortunate because it puts you all the way back at the start of the room.
Yes, the nature of dark room. Very tough. Especially in this one with that Crystal Hunter that can... On 1221, it's not as bad, but that can really be mean to you. Even doing this
especially once
with Lantern
you've taken the
on a casual playthrough, I struggle.
Starts moving, and it can get in your way much more easily.
Yes. And so it looks like April is heading down just fine now, as Pyros goes into Crystallized Mound per usual.
Yeah.
Funny dash right there.
This is one of the scariest areas to go through on a casual playthrough because there's quite a lot of enemies, not much chance to gather soul to heal. Oh, saving the grub.
Oh yes, this is quite an annoying grub as well.
You know, I did meme that one of the runners could have got Elegy given the extended time, which I don't think is going to happen.
No, it won't, because that first Crusher's grub that Pyros could have gone farming soul from that glim, he chose to skip that. But that would be very funny if we saw Elegy % all skills.
That really would be something.
Yes.
Pyro's going.
Oh boy.
Did they just mess up the early control? I think... Oh, there was an interesting freeze there. Yeah, I think so.
That was quite scary, but in the end, one mask, you're going into a dream cutscene, you're just fine.
There's no way you can take damage here.
Yes, and then here's April heading into Crystal Peak, saying hi to Mila. Hopefully not disturbing her the least at any point during this run.
Mila can't be disturbed.
Oh no,
yet.
not yet. But post Crystal Heart, hope we see no Mila kills.
Yeah. We have to hope no one disrespects Mila later on. I believe Pyros did die to Mila after the race in round 1.
Mila hug.
So I don't think there's any risk of Pyros killing Mila.
No, Pyros is a known best girl % supporter.
Yeah.
The Magismas, for example, was all in Mila's name, but I'm not as sure with April, so I'll just continue to keep my hopes
this
up.
run, we have to get Crystal Heart because it's a skill.
Yes.
Yeah, so once again, as scary as this looks on Pyro's end, there's no way you can take damage in this area. Even if you fall, you just get respawned. No damage.
And there's Dream Nail for Pyros. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if April has a conversation with the Seer host.
Maybe even during the run.
Waits. Yes. Chad is saying the only thing taking damage here is Pyros' frames. That is quite true. Will not take a heal before diving into crypts.
Getting the soul toast.
Yes,
okay.
Now we are in crypts. That is certainly not what we normally see, but normally we would see a quit out to Watcher's Fire, but
just
he will go in.
This slightly faster route into city. No?
No? Where are we heading? Now I am very confused. It's like reverse. Oh yes, that makes sense. Grab some soul from that totem. Yes, finally for Shaman. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, April is in the Crystal Heart room now. We'll hopefully see an underpass at the end of this room.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, chat not taking the tram to Salubra is funny. If you feel like if you have the tram pass and you're memeing already, you might as well use it, but heading through Blue Lake is probably faster.
At least they have dash to go through Blue Lake in this run.
Yes, exactly. Crystal Dash Blue Lake. It's a lot better than low % Blue Lake, for example. Oh yes, you do have to do Grad's mother. Mike pointing that out. That is a good point. Yeah, so I suppose they are quitting out to Spire here.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier that there is a bench in Resting Grounds at the Stag, but obviously want to quit back out to here, so not going to take the heal from that.
Yeah.
So if I had to guess, Pyros is going to go out to Watcher Knights here.
I would suppose so.
Who can really say?
I mean, he's got Descending Dark, he's farming some soul.
Yeah, it does look like it.
Yeah, it appears to be the case. April having a bit of a time with these Crushers. They are truly the work of a demon. They are painful things, but able to get through them on that second try.
Yeah, and Pyros is going to be heading into the Watcher Knights fights.
Does not save the grub?
Yeah, saving the grub.
Okay, there we go.
Still good.
It was worrisome for a moment. Yeah, here's Watchers from Pyros. These are significantly easier than an any low % Watcher Knights fight, but they do involve oftentimes some careful damage tanking, which when you're playing on Steel Soul is quite scary. So Pyros will have to just play this safely and hope for good RNG, but seems to be getting it right now.
Yeah, this fight is, in all skills, a classic example of easy to beat, hard to beat well.
Yes. Yeah, folks asking about Pyros' stream, I think they are just having some time dropping some frames. Seems to be pretty good right now through this fight. Yeah, that was some good RNG right there. So, really clean fight from Pyros. Looks like only took 1 mask of damage. So good for them on Steel Soul for sure.
Yeah. That would definitely be very scary, getting low on Watcher Knights on Steel Soul.
Yes. April heading through Crystallized Mound.
Unfortunately, no grub there.
But most fair, it's a bit of a tough and out-of-the-way grub to get.
Yeah.
And it's not a damage you want to take when you're looking to tank into this early control, so...
Yeah, we'll be interested to see if this is going to be a grub record for the tournament from Pyros.
Yes, I would be interested to see chat or X if you know if anybody passed Serpent's record of 5.
I will check the sheet now. We do have a spreadsheet of tournament stats.
Yes, and I had not checked it for a bit, so...
No, I haven't looked in a little while.
Yeah.
It's very possible
and
we have a new one.
This is 0, so it does not seem to be a Dream Boss exclusive, as 0 is a Dream Warrior.
No.
Only drops
Looks
100
like
essence,
heading for
but
essence.
is conveniently located and easy with that Shade Soul, as he is already dead.
Yeah.
So the King's Trader has been executed. He, gets a Dream Nail early control, very nice. We use that by buffering our Dream Nail input right there to be able to run away, and yes, so put out as he already has Dream Nail.
That's
yes, I do
asking
love
for gold,
my Dream Boss lore.
Yeah.
May
That's
ascend
asking to
with
see gold, which, we may very possibly see. They have to go and get Cyclone Slash.
Right by Cyclone Slash. So
if they're going for the essence, it's really not much of a detour.
yes. Yeah, so Pyros, it looks like, is doing this grub, which is also somewhat of a pain due to the amount of health that Great Husk Sentry has, but thankfully with Descending Dark, it's pretty easy to polish off. So I think we likely will see a grub record from Pyros, as it looks like.
I think that's certainly likely. We've already seen, 3, 4?
I think I've seen 3 since heading on to this stream.
I don't think we had any before then, but I could have definitely have missed one.
Yes, most interesting. But yeah, we really don't know exactly where we're going here.
We don't know where they're going.
I have been informed to the route. So, but it seems that April is fighting Watcher Knights. It's going pretty well so far.
That looks like it was supposed to be a Descending Dark there.
Yeah.
That
is on
1 HP
mask.
is definitely scary here.
Yes, and without...
Thankfully not on Steel Soul.
Yes, that is the truth. Is any death here from April is a... Well, at least they're not on Steel Soul.
But it's not the run.
Seems, now that there's just 1 night left,
that's
able to get around. But yeah, Sour making the interesting point of that grub that Pyros fought the Great Husk Sentry for can be /stat. So
in fact, I think it might be possible to just walk behind it. I don't remember.
That is, I believe, another Great Husk Sentry grub in City. This one is guarded by a gate, so you do have to /slash through the gate. But certainly you don't have to go through that giant health pool if you don't want to. But here's Tram again from Pyros. This is this towards
Kingdom's Edge, going
this is towards
Hornet
Hive
2 or Hive.
Yeah, but my question is,
unlikely that we'll see Hive in this run, but you never know.
Yes, it is interesting though in that he has already gotten /slash and he seeks, because he could go from King Station, which is a lot easier.
It's a much more direct route.
This isn't Hive, but it is a big question mark. Is this the back way into Isma's Grove? Possibly.
Maybe.
That could be.
It's the most efficient way.
Yeah.
Considering they did drop through the broken elevator to get here.
Yes. Yeah, this does. So he will take and maybe get that grub as well. I
suppose it could be safety strats because Steel Soul is Miskit.
I mean, I feel that with Steel Soul, we'll skip the grub, but understandable. It's an annoying grub to get. You may need wings. I'm not sure, but Yeah, this is back way into Isthmus Grove. Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps a conversation with Emilitia as well. We'll see.
It'd be interesting.
Okay. Yeah, just skipping the spike tunnel in that first acid skip makes a lot of sense on Steel Soul. And if you have the tram pass, you might as well make use of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been Colon Drive. This has been quite enjoyable to commentate so far. In that it is just everything is a surprise.
Yeah, I expect we haven't even got the most interesting sections yet.
Yeah.
Any predictions? No idea.
I have no idea either. I'm guessing we'll see Lostkin.
Yeah, I suspect so.
I will predict Lostkin and Gorb. At the very least, yeah, Pyro's going up to get this soul totem. Really doesn't want to take risks, which makes more than enough sense. And yeah, I think that we'll see Lostkin from April and maybe a few other bosses. I will be interested to see where the final essence count is at as April gets that spike tunnel. But I have no predictions for Pyros here. I am most confused.
So far, it looks like it's just been a slight variation on Steel Soul.
Yes.
I think a lot of this hasn't quite been the fastest way to do it, or that's possibly just safety strats. Since obviously in a race setting, on Steel Soul, you really don't want to be taking any unnecessary risks.
Right.
Safety strats are already not uncommon in a race.
And then here's this grub. That is a pretty easy grub to get. And so that puts them at 4, yes?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll quit out here. Here's Isthmus for April.
Where are they quitting out to? Is it the tram?
I think it would be tram bench,
yes.
It's
the tram.
So probably heading down into Basin, which is convenient.
Yeah, I think so.
Gibbs heading out of Isthmus Grove and through that room with all the RNG. Oh, nope. Yes, this is it. I was confused from it when I thought they were still in Basin, but they're heading to Basin.
Edge. Yeah.
Unless
we see deep nest, which I don't think we will.
Yeah, I would be frankly terrified. Okay, very good.
Harold still doesn't have Lantern, so deep nest would really be quite scary.
It's time to fight Nos. Pyros was getting pure nail all along, and we were just fooled. Never a dull day with Hollow Knight running. That is most true when you look at this. It is funny how they're still relatively synced in the same areas despite all of this insanity.
This really is incredible. I'm partially thinking that they actually planned this out so that they would get to the same areas at a similar time.
Yeah. I mean, I feel there must have been some collaboration here, even if the routes are wildly different. And so, yeah, we'll see this Maulerk thing. Hopefully, I mean, Pyrus has C-Dash. Hopefully don't get...
Yeah, Maulerk RNG is a classic case of annoying.
Yes.
Like, not taking too many hits there, as Pyros gets hits.
Does just jump into spikes, so nice calm curse right there.
Yeah. I will stop talking for the rest of the Morlock section.
Yes, or you could employ the strategy that Virgil and I use and simply anti-curse. Looks like
let's hope that they all take several hits of damage. Simple key is not normal.
That's based in Simple Claw. I do remember Pyrus's participation in the randomizer tournament, so probably.
I know previously in this tournament we did see Marissa killed.
Yes,
so.
Oko, I commentated that race. Oko grabbed base in Simple Claw to go sit with Marissa, following what was a very nice PB for him. Yeah, and even though there's no idea of what being in the lead even means, Pyros did lose a significant amount of time to April, taking all those heals.
We're going to be entering broken battle fights here for April.
Yes, and probably lost him shortly afterwards.
Sorry, they did. And it's really difficult to keep track of where the runners have been now.
Yes, it is extremely difficult.
I was trying to think if they've got Descending Dark, but yeah, they have, as we just saw.
Yeah, that was a great stagger right there.
Fortunately, Pyros is frozen just before the fight. So
yes,
hopefully
that
we'll
is
get to see
quite
it.
tough. Broken Vessel in True Ending, or in some randomizer memes, is called the harder Lostkin, but here we have 2 upgraded spells and a lot of confidence, so
yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, of course, the classic is you obviously practice Lostkin a lot more because objectively it's much harder, and then you don't practice Broken Vessel and take all your health to it.
Yes, and that headbanging attack when you don't have iframes is really painful. And Lostkin just has no headbanging and lots of balloon. Oh, interesting. I hope everything is functioning. Have they messaged anything?
They just says OBS is dead. They're waiting for it to turn back on. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're good. Thankfully, that wasn't anything major.
And it seems the Lostkin fight begins as the Broken Vessel fight begins for Pyros.
Yeah, as Sarah was saying in chat, Dreamgate wouldn't really fit in all skills.
Yeah. That just does not make sense for the category.
Some more theories from chat that Pyros is secretly doing bingo.
Oh, that could be very interesting, but I feel like we're not seeing enough of.
No, I don't
really
think there's enough
things
random variations.
Oh yes, I am memeing here, but why hasn't Pyros killed 3 Umas with a minion charm yet? Come on. Where's Check the Hive Mask shard? Maybe the Tram Pass is just a setup. We're not sure.
I don't think having randomizer on for this tournament is legal, and we are seeing Lostkin from April here.
Yes.
So what's that
Vanilla
essence
bingo
count going to be then? I believe 800 after this?
800, yes.
So we're hoping to see Gorb for another 100, and possibly Failed Champion, since they killed False Knight for a total of 1200.
And so then I'm thinking to myself, if they're searching for, because I feel you're either getting 900 or 1800 essence.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to get anything in between those.
Yes. Well, I mean, we all love that Arcane Egg Seer gives us at 1200 essence, but...
Seeing a 16 Mask Shard run in our All Scales tournament.
Yes, and that is a death to Lostkin.
That's the good way through the fight, so that will be a couple of minutes. But.
Yes, I do wonder, actually, it is a bit different, but Lostkin is notable for having a stagger limit, in that you can only stagger it so many times before it just is like, I'm going all the way and not pausing for you. Will fall out of the dream there, unfortunate. And I am not sure.
It's not very significant. It's annoying.
It hits
more than
the
anything.
stagger limit. It's simply annoying, but I'm wondering essentially with the amount of damage that April has. If that even pops up.
Believe with Shade Soul, you don't usually hit the stagger limit, but if you just have Nail Zero base
yes,
or
that is
boosted
when it comes
there,
up.
You will hit it.
Yes, but
of course, if they're using Descending Darks as well, that will be
even more helpful. As far as heads into Edge.
Of course, Descending Dark also does multiple damage ticks, which means if you land all 3 parts of it, it will stagger much faster.
Yes.
Can be very useful given Lostkin has a relatively high stagger limit. So
yeah, the stagger limit's pretty high. And also those balloons that spawn continuously after Lostkin has lost 50 hit points. Another death right there. It's good to get rid of them.
This is definitely a very difficult boss, especially when you only have 5 masks and no nail upgrades.
Yep, 1200 health on Lostkin, and a lot of speed. So yeah, it looks like this is camp bench for Pyros.
Yep.
Interesting that they would take that simply because of the fact they're on Steel Soul, so it's not a safety bench. But perhaps they're seeking to do other things in Edge. Yeah. But yes, I'm trying to think of where we would see another 600 essence, maybe. I mean...
So, well, in True Ending, I run the category a fair bit.
Yes.
so I have some knowledge there. So in True Ending, we would normally get all 7 Dream Warriors, and for Dream Boss, we would just get Lostkin and Failed Champion. So April currently has an extra 300 from Soul Tyrant.
Right.
So
and
they
you
definitely
get Lantern
have,
in True Ending?
Yes, although not in this run, so possibly won't see No Eyes.
Yes, because I'm thinking No Eyes and then
200.
also the Dark Room to Galleon.
Yeah, that's another possible concern. Although I think Galleon is another 200, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Galleon is also 200. So that would, if they chose not to do those other Dark Rooms.
They have, it's unfortunate deaths to Lostkin.
Yes.
This looks like it is going to be a bit of a choke point in this, whatever this run is.
And there's Kingsbrand for Pyros. Very nice. But yes, I mean, the issue with No Eyes is that you cannot interact with her without
No Eyes
Lantern,
is
Galleon
not possible.
Because Galleon's
no
room is not in the dark. So people are guessing skip No Eyes and Elder Who.
Quite possibly.
Which would make some sense because Elder Who's fairly out of the way and only 100 essence.
Yeah,
and so that would mean
normally,
some dark rooms to Galleon.
Yeah, going to Galleon is a little scary, but I don't think it's actually too long of a way.
No, it's not. And the dark room itself is not terrible. There's a pretty difficult jump at the beginning. The issue is that well, it depends on which way you're going. It could be quite odd, no matter what.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
How bad the dark rooms are depends on where you're coming from.
Exactly, because I was thinking of the dark room from Failed Tramway, and then I realized, no, it's quite unlikely that April would be coming from there. So it is
We'll
quite
have to wait and see, I think.
Yes. Here's Stag for Pyros, heading back. This seems like a pretty normal route here.
A question from chat, what are they doing? We have no idea.
Yeah, no, we're completely clueless, honestly. We've seen Soul Tyrant, we've seen Zero, and now Lostkin from April, so there seems to be some pretty significant essence farming, and we're guessing an Awoken Dream now. Pyros is on Steel Soul.
Possibly.
And that's pretty much seems to be their shenanigans.
Yeah, so Awoken Dream now, I believe its only real use is to get into the White Palace.
Yeah. Wow, this could go so many ways, and it is breaking my heart.
A little bit concerning.
Yes, slightly. Especially if Pyros, I mean, that's the thing, is we saw some significant sync from both of them, but if Pyros is going normally from here on out, they will be done relatively soon. Yeah. Compared to
April has managed to beat Lostkin for a total of 800 essence so far.
So Cthulhu,
pain in chat.
April may be going for D-Gate, but the thing is, they decided to kill False Knight, and we're guessing it's for Failed Champion. And so we're a bit confused, because we feel that if they were simply going for Dreamgate, they'd only go kill Gorb and call it a day.
Yeah, because Gorb is the only Dream Boss they would need left in order to get the essence for Dreamgate.
Yes.
Pyro was picking up their second nail arts. Got dashed at already.
Yes. They will quit out for normal. Yeah, we will also just have to see if those grubs are simply for the sake of grubs or for some other silly purpose.
I don't think they've got enough to be going for the Paylor, since you need 31 for that.
Yes, that is quite above where we're at right now, considering I believe we're at 4.
I feel like live research during a race isn't typical, but I'm going to get up the list of grub rules to see what they could be doing.
Yes, I believe it's a Mask Shard at 5.
Yeah, there's Mask Shard at 5.
10,
yeah.
Some relics all over the place.
You get a Rancy Tag at 16, which I think is possibly the last reward they could possibly be going for.
Yes, and here's a visit to Grubfather. Probably for some Geo, but really not very much. It will take a hot minute here as well.
That's 4, 5.
Yeah, so there is the mask shard.
There's 6 grubs.
Is Pyros getting an additional mask?
So I believe that is a tournament record.
Yes.
Unless something happened in round 2, which I don't remember.
So they
There's
could be
sheep
doing
around.
some sort of extra mask meme. I'm not sure, but
Maybe.
just for the sake of the growth, we'll have to see.
I do somewhat feel like if they were going for the extra mask thing, they would have just got some mask shards in Crossroads.
Yes, that's what I was looking for them to go to Moloch. After that, or save Sly at some point, but since they haven't, it's unlikely. But that's 900, so maybe this is simply Dream from April.
It's like Pyros is probably getting a charm notch.
Okay.
I really don't know what this one's going to be for.
Did they get Shroomel Ogre's charm notch earlier?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because my question is, if you're going to do a charm notch, why are you doing this one?
Yeah. This
like,
is, I feel,
so much easier.
Shroomel is, I believe, 20-something seconds.
Yeah. And this is painful, especially on Steel Soul. You can mess this up.
That's a tricky one. It looks like it was probably about the same amount of time.
Yes.
As getting Shroomel.
I'm confused as to why you would not get Shroomels instead. In addition, because also, what are you doing with 4 charm notches?
Yeah, because if you're getting 5, you could be... Actually, I'm not entirely sure what you'd be doing, but... Maybe we could see now what's his glory.
The comms are confused. I do not think they'll get anything close to nice % with this amount of completion.
I don't think so.
Here's a conversation with Sears, so maybe it was Dreamgate all along and the false night was a complete bait, but I am very confused.
Suggesting the hidden station stag for bingo, but I believe that's just what we normally do in all skills. We need to get back to
that is normal for routing, but people are noting Spore Shroom THK, which is a notable meme outside of
and only really viable on current patch.
Yes. So it's on 1221, so I'm doubting that as well.
It's unlikely, but you never know.
But there's Dreamgate, so we'll see if the essence farming is done. There's Umu from Pyros.
Yeah, so looks like we're going to be seeing something fairly similar to an any % setup for this.
Yes, that appears to be the case.
It's like going for a Descending Dark setup, which there is a 1 cycle you can get with Descending Dark, but it is very difficult, I think.
Yes, it is quite tight, and definitely is one of those things that you've got to be practiced on, but in the end,
it's like,
a 2 cycle is just fine.
Roughly 20 seconds slower than a 1 cycle, depending on what RNG you get. That's an interesting Dreamgate.
Fizzled, but placing a Dreamgate here in Fog Canyon, and heading down towards Leg Eater. And doing a Dream Tree.
What?
I am very confused.
I'm lost.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's Essence for Dreamgate then. But are they?
Why would they? But they've already got a Dreamgate, and you don't lose a Dreamgate if you drop below 900.
Right. So no, this is making me think that they do wish for additional Essence.
I think they are possibly going for a Woken Dream Nail, which is
I don't.
Interesting.
They would certainly not do.
But you do get heal from this charm notch.
Yeah. They would not get Essence from a Dream Tree, and I mean, it seems they're maybe heading towards Elder Who. They would not get Essence from a Dream Tree if they didn't want a Woken Dream Nail at this point.
Chat is asking who's ahead, to which the answer is maybe someone.
The answer to who's ahead is yes. Someone is ahead, I guess. But
yeah, one of them will finish before the other.
That is true. It is a race. I saw this really informative picture that said, "Did you know the person who finishes first wins a race?" And I think it's a case of that.
That is some very valuable insights.
Yes.
I suppose we will have a winner for this race, although it feels a little strange. That's
Yes,
Elder
this is
2
the
from April.
strangest
That's
Marco winner that we've ever seen. Tournament.
ooh, dying
And there's
to
a death to Elder
Yes,
who.
it does look like they're going for some more essence.
Yes, certainly. I mean, maybe the
Thankfully,
dream
they just
gate
remember their dream gates.
was for like Elder who's safety, but if so, why didn't they place it closer? I'm very confused.
From more trending insight here, normally in trending we use dream gates at sort of forks between different areas. Because that lets us teleport back without having to save quickly back to a bench.
Yes.
We also use Tim placed like Hornet 2 to avoid the hard save stopping you there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And this is a journal and moss charger from Pyros. So they are looking for some significant geo in addition to that chest they got.
Wondering if they're gonna want lantern, possibly.
Yes, maybe.
Curious what they'd use it for, since you obviously can do Dark Deep Nest, or maybe it's just another Steel Soul safety thing.
Yes, that was
nice dream now.
Yeah, really good.
And starting the fights. Yes, Elder Who is a fight which, although it doesn't feel like it should be too hard, can actually be quite difficult when you don't have Shade Cloak.
Yes, it is one of those fights that if you do it late enough in the game that you do have Shade Cloak, you kind of enjoy and you're like, okay, but without it, yeah, those patterns can be very mean to you at times.
Yeah.
And it can also be slow.
This fight is notorious in true ending for being heavily RNG based. We don't think April is going to buy Lantern here, but you never know.
Yes, we're just completely unsure at this point. This is a learning experience for us because we just have no idea what they're doing. I mean, it's fun and painful at the same time.
I was heading over to Nail Master Shio to get Great Stash, which is normal skills routing, which is a surprise for this race.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure, X, if you were informed of some of the things going on here, but I am completely uninformed. I am in the dark 100%.
Okay, well, I know a little bit to the extent that I was asked for a bit of advice in True Ending because obviously April getting Essence.
Yes.
There's stuff going on with that. But I don't know really exactly what's going on.
There we go.
And I certainly have no idea what Pyros is doing other than Steel Soul. It could just be Steel Soul, of course.
I'm wondering if we'll see Marmu, maybe?
Possibly.
But, okay. Seems to be going to get Great Slash before...
Yep.
Solid.
This is, at this point, relatively standard all skills routing, although with extra geo or something or other.
Yes. The geo is really the question of the hour.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that Pyros could go and pick up Nailmaster's Glory, although with the extra geo, I'm thinking they might use it on something else. Possibly.
Yes, I'm thinking so as well.
Well, I don't know where they'd get another Charm Knowledge.
Right, that's the thing is to me, considering they're going to go get the autopilot seal.
And yeah, there's...
As we call it in Rando, it's called the autopilot seal because folks tend to autopilot past it. But yeah, for even more geo, I mean, I've seen them get at least a journal and a seal.
I think, yeah.
So maybe it is Lantern for safety, but I am quite unsure.
We'll have to see.
Very nice Dream Wielder. Says hi to Shio. People asking about their early on routes. I believe April's was fairly normal besides killing False Knight, and then Pyros went into Deep Nest to get Tram Pass for right side.
Since obviously Shade Skip on Steel Soul is not a great idea.
I mean, what are you talking about? It saves so much time. It changes
so much
your
time
time,
that you can,
whatever it is, to 0.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to go all the way back to King's Pass. You instantly warp, I think.
KP, people arrive. And there's Wraith. So we're getting all the skills in whatever way they're being obtained.
Yeah. April heading to Umu now. Let's see if they go for one cycle.
Now that nice Dream Wielder, that'll help out a little bit too.
Yeah, Dream Wielder is very useful for this.
I love that charm. Such a good charm. Only one notch. Lots of bang for your buck.
Yeah, it does look like they are going to go for the one cycle setup.
Yes.
Pyro's heading into Queen's Gardens now. We still don't know what this Geo is for. They're also presumably going to take a trip to Lem later.
I feel that we'll see a we'll definitely see the QG bench for safety. And yeah, April missing the one cycle, unfortunately, but we'll be able to get a nice 2 cycle here.
There you go. So 2 cycles from both runners. Although I feel like that time difference is really quite minimal.
Yeah, we can't tell you what the time difference even means at this point. We are so in the dark. Is Pyros gonna go take a bench? Yeah, it looks like it. That makes sense in Steel Soul setting. The next room with all the Petra can be rather annoying if you mess something up.
Guessing that's heal without losing your soul. Definitely nice.
Yes.
Got a rather spooky number of Geo as well.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. It's quite an interesting number of Geo. And there's Maramon, so science is dead for both runners.
Yep. They've both got one dreamer left. Although, is that their goal? Maybe. I was heading to the right here.
And we are once again defeated.
Confused.
No love key, we're just going to Moss Prophet. Now that's a bingo moment right there. Does not bow to Moss Prophet, dead or alive. Unfortunate. You hate to see it. Back to this is
fungal way?
Spore Shroom?
Maybe.
Grub, perhaps.
Both. The grub at least.
Okay. Back to fungal waste. All right.
Okay.
You know, there's this scene in the Midsummer Night's Dream where 2 of the characters are arguing and one of them runs away and the other one just stands there and says, "I am amazed and know not what to say." And that's just how I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
I am Hermia right now. Which is funny because I'm her.
So Queen Station.
Okay.
Mask Jars.
Are we gonna say hi to Willow? Looks like we're gonna say hi to Willow. Are we gonna dream nail Willow's meal? See, I feel like we're getting all of these bingo adjacent things that are. Yes, we dream nailed Willow's meal.
Yeah. Do they have a rando board?
I am so.
Maybe they're just going for one line on a rando board.
I feel like if they had bowed to Moss Prophet, dead or alive, I would have been convinced. But
the other thing is that's only 2 masks.
Right. So yeah, that's my question too. Is like, why didn't they? I mean, maybe they didn't want to fight Molig for like Steel Soul reasons. I don't know. Maybe. But also,
although with
has so little health.
Shade Soul and Descending Dark,
I would exactly 300 health. That'll die in a hot second.
Hmm.
Yes, all of the knowledge we have. Yeah, and here's low percent / boards.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there is no other
They
reason
mu-
for Pyros to denail that husk, but maybe it's just memes.
They
I'm
must
not sure.
have a good, what, 1300 geo out of the relic so far?
Oh yeah, because we've seen, I think,
3
three
seals and a journal,
seals
I think.
and a journal, and this would be 2 journals.
Or
That's
2
palm
journals, yeah.
I mean,
I
in terms of
believe in
rando,
total-
Pyros is really getting those checks.
Yeah, I believe that is in total 1,750.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
did my maths right?
very close to Lantern, and it looks like this is Shrooms for the charm notch.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so we're going to be seeing some interesting charm loadouts then.
Okay. Interesting.
So we've got Dream Wielder Shaman Stone on one side and Shaman Stone plus something on the other.
Right, because they did not yet spell Twister and Sanctum, seemed very deliberate. So we are not sure what those other 2 notches are going to be.
Unfortunately, April missing the underplat there in Queen's Gardens. You hit it, but that's
Grim
not...
Child incoming. Holy cow.
That one's not nearly as bad to lose as the Crystal Peaks underplats.
Yes.
And April was also going over here.
Dream Tree. This could be a Dream Tree.
Yeah, yeah, it's a Dream Tree.
I hate getting out of this little entrance to the Dream Tree. Never been good at it. But it's a pretty quick route to get, so if they're looking for some essence.
You're using the Dream Ale to get some sell off there. And looks like I was just quits back out to there after they've done their relic collecting session.
Yes. Okay.
Because I think my best guess currently for Pyros' run is Steel Soul all skills with Lantern.
Yes. All skills, but we get all skills.
So these enemies on Pyros' screen, you can't actually be hit by the needles on this patch.
Oh,
you can be
really?
hit by their bodies.
Huh. I'm used to current patch where it's pain.
It's really quite funny. You can just stand next to them and dream nail them.
Wow. Like living soul totems. In the same way Massive Moss Charger is a living Geora. Yeah, Meatbag thing, there's
that's
no
an interesting dream gate, I must say.
Yes, that is. But I'm
wondering if that's just for safety, because I don't really know where that fork would go.
Yes, if they're feeling not comfortable with Dark Deep Nester, perhaps they are dark rooming to Galleon, but why would they Dreamgate here? Because Dreamgate's actually a very useful tool in dark rooms, in that it does set your hazard respawn to the Dreamgate instead of to the beginning of the room. So that is my question, though, is why would they not take it?
The other thing is, in True Ending, we would set the Dreamgate just below this dark room here.
Interesting.
April's in. And I was in a dark room, and I can't quite tell which one. I think it's the 3rd one.
Yes, I think so as well.
Obviously quite difficult to tell.
Ooh, it does take a hit.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It has a respawn. I assume they at least know which room they're in. Also, April is going down in the 2nd room.
Yes, so... Okay.
Over to the tree.
Oh, he's gonna do Deep Nest Fruit in the dark. Okay.
That's scary.
Yes, shout out to the rando community for making Boss Geo Randomizer. Unfortunately, I have the agony of a Mac, so I cannot install it, but it is very cool to see things like Massive Moss Charger and VK have their Geo Random. And yeah, there's a death. And it's fair when you're doing the big dark room and Deep Nest for a whispering route.
Yeah, and that Dreamgate is definitely going to come in handy. That does look like the normal True Ending spot at the Dreamgate is.
Okay, so they seem to be somewhat on track.
I suppose that first dark room is really quite a scary one, so it's understandable to want to take some safety before then.
Yes, for sure.
Quite a big room, and again, has respawns in dark rooms send you all the way back to the stars.
Yes.
Pyros in Beast Den here.
Terrible enemies. Yeah, did take that bench probably for heal. Gotta get through this devout. We'll see if they choose to save that grub.
And gonna pick up 3rd Dreamer here.
Yes. They'll be 3 for 3, but we'll see what's up with all that geo first, hopefully.
Yeah. Since they presumably aren't buying Lantern at this point.
Yes, that doesn't seem to be the case if they're willing to do Dark Deep Nest and such. Don't really think that Lantern's the play, but 1800
Also,
geo is...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think April has done Hornet 2 yet.
I do not believe they have, no.
Hey, there's the grub.
So very good with the grub. Yeah, April continuing through Dark Deep Nest on one mask.
Very scary.
Girl. Yeah, beyond scary.
Out of the really big room now.
Yes, so...
There is a devout down here.
I do wonder the choice with these dream trees. Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have thought that they're much slower than just going for dream bosses.
Oh, I certainly agree, because... But if they feel comfortable doing this, I'd be truly surprised if they didn't feel comfortable doing Galleon.
That is speculating about true ending, but I actually think that's quite unlikely because April hasn't done Traitor Lord.
Yes.
Was April heading to Galleon here?
No, April also did not have Shade Cloak at the time.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. So this is a different enough route from true ending that I think it's unlikely.
I would say it's unlikely as well.
Okay, getting the lifeblood.
I mean, makes
It's definitely
sense.
respectable, since a death here would be quite bad.
Yes, and...
You have to go back through dark rooms. It's always quite
that
scary.
is not one you want to take. Maybe he wants to keep his Dream Gate placement as well.
Yeah. I would assume that they're just going to use it to get back to Hera.
Yeah, I would as well. Good Galleon fight from April right there. So that puts them at about 1250, it seems. So getting up there, but still nowhere close to that 1800.
Power's heading into the abyss as usual here.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if Pyrus is saving some shenanigans for after they've retrieved all their skills. Because
possibly just going to do some post-race stuff.
Yeah. But April is still very much in the thick of it.
This is a scary moment for Pyros here, because these siblings do 2 damage, especially on Steel Soul mode. You really don't want to be dying.
Yes. This is yet another terrible place to die for Pyros. But
One
seems
of
to be
all of
through
them.
just fine. Yes, one of every single place.
Thanks to not over charms.
Yes, exactly. No overcharms.
Alright. I think that's faster. Oh, wait.
Yeah, Swaggy
they're going...
hop over the lighthouse and then...
Someone to show us that room there.
Yes. Just wants to demonstrate. That's a bit...
Yeah. Just want to show off a little bit.
Do they slash the trilobite?
A little bit of the swagster out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this quit out that Pyros is doing is not actually faster in real time. However, runs of this game are measured in game time, hence why the timer is pausing and loads, which means it's actually faster if you measure by game time.
Thank you for the beautiful support chat. All of you are very cute for sticking with us throughout this race. Normally, for those of you who have watched me commentate before, normally I'm all on top of it and like, yeah, I can explain to you exactly what's going on, but...
Yeah, we really can't explain what's going on this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Valley, it is faster in game time to save and quit. We're saying it's faster real time not to save and quit. Yeah, Pyros is almost done the normal all skills run.
Yeah. And they still
Does that
have...
mean they finish their run? Quite possibly not.
Right. They still have 1,700 geo that they can cash in at Lem, so we're really just going to have to wait and see. That's going to be the name of the game here. April heads out of DV, so we're going to have to see from them as well. I mean, they are truly the most mysterious so far, though that geo is really hanging over our heads as well.
I missed the point when it happened. I'm pretty sure April changed their language at some point because I think they started the race in English.
What? I did not know
no
that.
idea.
I may have been there beforehand, but wow. I see somebody asking what's going on, and the answer is something is going on. Nobody really knows, but Pyros is on Steel Soul and April has 1,200 Essence. They are getting all the skills, but in very interesting ways, and we are just all witnessing this together.
So Pyros is theoretically nearly done. Right. I don't know if they are or not.
In practice, no idea. And April's finally going to Hornet 2, it appears.
How many grubs have been saved? I think we've had 7 from Pyros.
7,
yeah, 6?
That sounds right.
6 or 7, I don't know.
6 or 7.
One of the 2.
Yeah, so
April has
Dream
50 Essence, so I think they're doing
something else. Yeah, they also have yet to touch
Failed Champion,
which they did fight False Knight fully, so...
And they haven't used the City Crest yet. So April's coming up on Hornet 2 much later than we normally would here.
Remember earlier in this race when we were like, wow, Pyros is crazy, and April's running this so normally, wow. And then we saw the Soul Tyrant fight. That was a real turning point for everybody.
Yeah, so Hornet 2 is usually one of the harder fights in this run, although with Lostkin and quite possibly Failed Champion later, I think Hornet 2 no longer qualifies as the most difficult one here.
Yes, I think Hornet 2 unfortunately loses her crown because in the end her health pool is only 700 compared to the 1,200 point health pool of Lostkin. Failed Champion is 360 times 3 in armor stages. Soul Tyrant's about 1,200 as well, so yeah, Hornet 2 is not as beefy as some of them.
Failed Champion's double damage.
Yes, exactly. And very fast.
Oh, this is another grub.
Okay, base and dive grub. Respectable.
Are we going to see the Paylor here? It looks possible.
Are we going to see a conversation with
Cloth? No. No cloth.
Oh. No cloth. Okay, so perhaps the Geo is for nail upgrades?
You know, I'm especially confused by Pyros' run here, because while April sort of seems to be following a theme of Essence, whatever that's for, Pyros just sort of isn't.
Perhaps it's simply an extensive network of safety strats?
We've got 7 grubs, a lot more Geo.
Yes.
You can say what is about to happen.
Back to the trail?
We might just see a THK fight here, and then some post-run shenanigans.
Sharp Shadow, perhaps? I don't know if they're a Sharp Shadow fan. For me, when I did speedrun achievements, I made sure to get Sharp Shadow in speedrun 1 because I love that charm show so much, and it's really good against THK. But I'm not sure.
Yeah. I definitely have respect for the charm, having beaten Nightmare King Grim with Sharp Shadow.
Yeah.
As in just Sharp Shadow.
No, that is how I beat Pantheon of the Sage doing Sly. I used exclusively Sharp Shadow and was able to heal during the second phase because of it.
That's unusual.
If somebody knows when a Sharp Shadow is coming, it's probably me. My Kahlo one, mostly Sharp Shadow only run as well. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I
Well,
love
okay,
to
I did
see
try to
it.
beat
I'm
Absolute
a
Radiance
big
with
fan.
Sharp Shadow. It didn't go well.
Yeah, that's got to be kind of tough.
It really is. I managed to get to phase 4, but it
That's
really falls
very
apart there.
impressive. Yeah. Okay, so perhaps
And
this is
speaking of
not
Absolute
for another
Radiance,
build?
we will maybe see it from April, though I don't think we will, given the lack of traitor laws.
Yes.
I don't think we could really get a true ending at this point.
But yeah, this appears to be the Nosk grub and probably Nosk.
Maybe Nosk.
So
Definitely
I'm
the grub.
starting to
And
wonder,
yeah,
you know,
Nosk.
I was all
Maybe,
like, haha, pure nail, but we seem to be getting a significant amount of nail upgrades.
I doubt pure nail. I think we'll probably see 2 nail upgrades here.
Yes, I
Sorry,
think we'll see
3.
coiled nail from Pyros,
Yeah.
because pure nail with 31 grubs is
3.
quite intensive.
Yeah.
31 grubs, Colo 2.
The Colosseum one would be another pretty tough one to get.
Yeah, because you have to do Colo 1 and then Colo 2.
Yeah. That would be a big ask in a tournament.
Yes. But coiled nail with a 3rd from probably, I mean, you could do Hellenist Crown with full movement, that's not bad.
Possible.
Or you could do 300 Essence, but considering we've seen no Essence so far, I'm guessing we'll see 3.
Seems unlikely, but
the Crown, yeah.
I don't know, it's possible they could... Where could they head back to, actually? I'm not sure.
Because I'm thinking about it, and I believe for 3 nail upgrades, it's 250 for the first, 800 for the second, 2,000 for the third.
Yeah.
So they should be just in the right range of geo for that.
Yeah, probably going to want to pick up another relic or 2. Did they get the Arcane Egg by Shade Pipe?
I do not believe they did, but if chat saw it... Yes. It's very possible. I mean, it would have been a great amount of geo.
That's, what, 1,200 by itself? I think?
Yes, it is. I know Grub...
Trying to commentate this run is really a test of game knowledge.
Yes, I will say, you know, all of my Hollow Knight wiki reading has paid off, as well as your true ending running. It's brought us success.
In fact, I have Hollow Knight wiki open at the moment, so I can check whatever's going on here.
Yeah, that also will do it. And April's climbing out of the abyss, but Lord knows what's happening after that.
Fairly cleanly as well.
Yes. Yeah, Nosk has 680 HP, I believe. So pretty significant, but with Shriek Shaman, not too big a deal.
Yeah, it's not a huge health pool compared to some of the other bosses that we have seen and maybe we'll see later.
Yes, most certainly.
Not sure why they're back here. Back to Kingdom's Edge?
Kingdom's Edge, okay. Markov?
There is Markov in Kingdom's Edge, yeah.
Yeah, for 250, and that puts them at...
That is pretty significant. 1,500 about?
1,500, yeah. And then
it's
just failed champion
up to Awoken.
Yeah, could grab whatever else from rest of
we will see Awoken Dream Nail here.
Yes, and I just wonder, I mean, I'm wondering if this is Awoken Dream Nail is a skill and should have rights, or I'm doing surrendering.
It is pointing out that April could actually have dream gated out of the abyss.
Oh, that is so true. See, I feel like when you have dream gate in this run, it is extremely hard to remember. You're just not used to it.
Yeah, I assume there has been some routing going into this, because a lot of this does look quite planned, but...
Yes, for sure.
We didn't get that dream gate.
But even still, yeah.
Unless they're preserving a dream gate somewhere, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, I would seriously doubt it. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere...
I think that their last one was in Deep Nest.
Yeah. I mean, if it was in QG close enough to Trader Lord, then I would be...
Yeah, it would make
some sense. Then here's Moloch, so it looks like Pyros is interested in that mask.
So 6 masks nail 3?
I think so.
And Steel Soul. So that might be all of Pyros's plans. It might not be. It does. It does look like Pyros has gone for the approach of do all the skills and then get everything else afterwards.
Yeah, I
and
think
April's
so.
very much just going for everything in one go.
Yeah, which when you're doing essence farming, you kind of need to.
Yeah, you do sort of have to. 'Cause you really don't want to be taking a long trip back to Soul Tyrant.
Yeah, you're
That's
essentially
pretty long
doing
way
a
to go
second
back.
lap around Hallownest.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be failed champ. And should
And
be
yeah, we're seeing
1800.
the Go Mask Shard from Pyros, which will be their 4th Mask Shard. So I believe this is technically a valid 4 Mask Shards run, if they've been local recording and everything.
Yes, I would love to see a fully commentated all skills race appear on the 4MS leaderboard.
There you go. Final time 1:29.23.
Yes. Okay, so here's failed champ.
Here's Failed Champion, arguably one of the hardest bosses in True Ending.
Yes, most certainly.
What's he doing here? Making pretty heavy use of the Abyss in this fight, and barely staggering him before he gets hit and killed.
Yes,
so Failed Champion has a very useful mechanic where you can just sort of slap him and he won't unstagger.
Yes, it's very nice and allows you to go into the stagger on one mask without feeling like death is completely imminent. But does have to get those dream nails in, as unfortunately Failed Champion's armor
those
gives
dream
no
nails
soul.
tend to be much more difficult in the actual True Ending run, since ultimately we don't get Dream Wielder. Or well, we don't use this. You always have to get it.
So it's nice that April has that at this point, because holy cow.
This fight without Dream Wielder really is hard. Especially when you have no nail upgrades.
Right.
Since, of course, Failed Champion doesn't give you any stuff.
That's a great stagger.
I don't think they could be going for pure nail at this point, but...
I mean, I think it would be so hard, but I also just question what these scrubs are for?
Yeah, what else would the grubs be for?
Right, exactly. Because it's so hard to get to 31, and I feel like there are several grubs that they could have optimally retrieved. I mean, maybe it was more for the sake of... I mean, we'll get this King's Idol for Geo, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so that should be pretty much all the Geo they need for Nail 3.
Right. And so I'm guessing we'll see them head to Crown here for that pale.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, I think we might have worked out what Pyros' run is, finally.
I mean, people are saying all grubs and peaks, but if it's all grubs and peaks, then why is...
yeah, there's that Crusher grub earlier.
That grub skip? Yep, so there's the Stag to Resting Grounds, and we'll see a little bit of this Whispering Root, and then 1800. Woohoo! That was a great move by that miner, walking straight into the infinite pit of death.
So that is 1500, and I think Awoken Dream now here. Yep.
Yes.
That.
Wow. So we're really gonna see what we can see, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, Meatbag, I think 10 grubs is Grub Song and the 5 is a Mastering, which Pyros has already gotten. So
maybe they want Grub Song. They still have two Charm Notches, which they aren't using, I think.
Right, because they only have Sharp Shadow on right now, which is quite curious, because why wouldn't you keep the Shaman, you know? Okay, that's Hidden Station. So
So,
how much of this are we going to see is the question.
Okay.
Are we going to see Path of Pain? Are we going to see King Fragment?
We haven't seen Traitor Law, so I think this is just going to be a Path of Pain.
Yes, that's my guess as well. We'll have to fight this King's Mold. I never thought I would be commentating a race about fighting a King's Mold. Deals 2 mass damage, but we have D-Dark, so it's just fine. Pyro's getting the seal above King's Station, and then maybe heading for Nail 3, I think. I hope.
So? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's where
Palace.
Yeah. That's suggesting that Pyro is going for P5. I don't think that's likely.
No, that is definitely out of the scope of a 3-hour run. Here's another grub.
Considering Gospel Mending is over 2 hours.
Yes.
And that's without getting all the skills.
Exactly. Wow,
and I
I'm
haven't really prepared for commentating White Palace.
No, I have not either. When I can tell you the little story of when Herm went to the White Palace. Hollow Knight was my first real video game. I had never played a platformer before, except for when I played Celeste and got through like 3 screens, died 300 times, and was like, nope. So when I went to White Palace, and I started with a Switch that had Joy-Con drift, I was prepared for sadness. But even once I got a Pro Controller, I will never forget the 9 hours of agony I spent trying to get through this place because I had never played a real video game before. But these runners, they don't need to spend 9 hours here. Look at April. They know the skips. They're prepared. They know how to platform. That's what speedrunning is all about. And so, you know, we'll probably see Path of Pain, which is like White Palace on steroids. And here's Len.
It would be, I don't think we'll see a new Path of Pain world record after this race.
Yes, I don't think so either. Too bad Shy could not make it. This series of buzzsaws I spent an hour on. When I got over the one jump I could not do, I wanted to cry, and I paused and went and ate a full meal, and then did the last jump. So, any hit taken here I relate to on a spiritual level. But very good. Yeah, lots of money for Pyros.
Yep.
5,000 geo, it seems? Yeah, wow.
More than you need for...
Yes,
quite a lot
far more than you need.
I wonder if they're going to get something else as well.
Yes.
I don't know what that could be, but...
I mean, just wow. This is, they're like, does anybody we need a commentator. Can somebody step in? I was like, of course, I'm happy to commentate. And I did not know what I signed up for. And I'm having fun, man, but holy cow.
This is definitely a fun race to commentate, I'll give it that.
Yeah. I mean, here's Nail 3 for Pyros. Oh, Mikey makes the interesting point of, like, maximal number of leaderboards that can be submitted to. That would be really funny. I mean, I guess,
quite fun.
Like, technically a lot of runs.
Okay, we've got 4 mask shards. I don't think coiled nail is a category.
No, definitely not. I feel like...
skills.
Yeah, all skills.
That is,
I'm guessing you can submit.
If they didn't finish all the skills, then they wouldn't finish the race.
Yes. True ending, I guess, for April. Maybe any percent Steel Soul for Pyros.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I'm trying to think if there are any interesting extensions because, I mean, they didn't do anything weird like killing a Luba.
It does look like Pyros is going to head to THK now. So no, no, they're not.
I'm
I take
guessing
it
they're gonna
back.
go get killed by Mila, probably.
Hopefully.
But wait, they can't get killed by Mila. They're on Steel Soul.
Oh,
I,
I hope they've accounted for
this
this.
is another grub. This is Garden Grub. Okay.
Oh, and yeah, we are seeing Path of Pain.
Yep. So higher being,
I'll
these
switch
words are
April's
for
audio
you
quickly.
alone. Get dunked
Get
on.
some nice Path of Pain music.
In the words of poorly translated Hollow Knight, the lore tablet is, in order to protect the security services, one must face a general punishment. Instead of in order to access secret sealed, one must face the harshest punishment.
That is really a classic, the poorly translated mod.
Yes. One must face a general punishment. So this is April's general punishment. Oh,
interestingly enough, I think we might see the same music from both runners here.
That is so true. Wow.
Hopefully April doesn't die here.
A sync in quite possibly the oddest way possible.
Okay, I will. Okay, we'll get Pyro's audio for the final boss, and we can, of course, switch back if necessary. Looking at the World Sense tablets.
Okay, good to know your completion percentage. Helpful, I guess.
So. I think you get told anyway, but
yeah, you do. But maybe you just really want to know before you do the fight.
Yeah, maybe. Although you don't actually find out regardless, you just have to save and quit for that.
Yeah, that's also true.
It looks like.
But you can check in your inventory as well.
That's true.
Okay, yep, April's into the second part of Path of Pain. Pyro's using that Sharp Shadow, you'll love to see it.
It's looking like Sharp Shadow only, but with a nail hit.
Yeah. Unclear. I mean, as a frequent practitioner, Sharp Shadow only THK.
I think they were possibly trying to do Sharp Shadow only, but forgot, and they obviously can't die to reset it.
Yes.
I assume we will see some safer strats if they get low, which hopefully
I would expect that as well.
Making it through the Path of Pain relatively smoothly, I think.
Yes, seems practiced in this at the very least.
Obviously it's not the fastest, but...
Yes, but...
At this point,
in the end,
I don't
Path of Pain's Path of Pain.
Yeah. It's an all-skills taunt. I don't think we would be expecting to see a perfect Path of Pain.
Yes, certainly.
This is a very long GHK fight here, it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, even with nail... I'm very surprised, actually, that they didn't get...
That does explain the nail upgrades.
Yeah. I'm very surprised they didn't get Dash Master, as Dash Master actually increases your Sharp Shadow nail damage by 1.5. So it's basically like Unbreakable Strength for your Sharp Shadow.
Yes, that would push it up from, I believe, 17 to, what would it be, 26? Which is pretty significant.
Right, I mean, that's a strong nail right there, so...
Yeah, that's...
As the lover of Sharp Shadow Dash Master.
Yeah, that is around a third of your damage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw it half. I can do maths.
Yes. We've been called on to do so many things today, like add and multiply.
Yeah. At least I did the relics correctly, I think.
Yeah, you did. There you go.
April is in the final run of Path of Pain. This is notorious for being very difficult for casual runners, but it looks like it's not going to cause too many issues yet.
Yeah.
The end of the room is nasty, though.
Yeah.
I spent a long time here on my casual file.
Yeah. Hopefully no death to the King's Molds, though, with Descending Dark. Should be fine.
That really would be horrible.
Yeah, that is the worst.
Yes, but it's definitely an interesting choice not to use Dash Master here, since you have the charm notches.
Definitely be asking about that.
You don't need Charm Stone.
Right, and it does raise the question of why all the extra charm notches if you didn't even need them.
I think it's probably best not to question this race.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they don't get Dash Master and all skills. They also don't get Sharp Shadow or Tram Pass or play on Steel Soul. So I think at this point, yep, we're just trusting that the runners feel confident in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're having a good time. We'll have an interesting interview with them afterwards.
Yeah. Based on the music, I think Pyros is pretty far through the fight now.
Yes, for sure. On phase 3.
It's very difficult to get a feel for it with a very non-standard damage output. Okay, looks like they're using their nail now. And we've got the King's Mold here. This is scary, but they're both dead, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. And that is part of Teen in an all-skills race.
Yeah, there you go. You can watch this fun little cutscene. Sharp Shadow does nail damage, so for Pyros that's 17 right now.
Yeah. And if they had Dash Master, it would be 1.5 times that for 26. But they don't.
They do not. And April will quit out here. I feel like winner
now very slow.
For sure. And
there we go. That is Pyros finished. I guess they are the winner.
Yes. Winner? Question mark? I think is everybody with the GG question mark. I think is the most proper way to congratulate them on their victory. Maybe.
Yeah. I think April is just going to be heading to the THK fights. So actually very similar ending times somehow.
Yes, so that much is good. Wow, we will have quite the interview with these two upon the conclusion of April's race.
Oh, and slightly missing Helicopter Knight there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's an interesting animation. Let's get April's audio here. Alright, I will mark Pyros as done.
Done? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This was such a journey. From beginning to end, we have seen so much today. There's THK.
Yeah.
They're still here.
In a time over double the length of the All Skills World Record.
Yes.
From both of them.
Most certainly. I mean, good on them for asking the SpeedGaming folks for a time extension.
Yeah. Otherwise, we would be slightly overrunning by now.
Yes, we would. But also simply wow. Hey, Pyros, we'll have you wait for
we're just gonna wait for April to finish.
Yeah, wait for April.
This is probably my favorite race to have been watching alongside racing. Oh boy. Half of what I did wasn't even planned.
Wow.
I'm just going to talk about it once.
It looks like April's on phase 2 now, so should be just a minute or two left.
I'm going to talk about that race once April is here.
Yeah.
Gotta wait for.
This second phase of the Hollow Knight is usually pretty fast with a bit streak.
3.
And unfortunately, there was no Trace Laws or White Palace finish, so no true ending.
Unfortunately, is the question.
For the sake of time.
Yeah. Wow.
That really is
GG?
not a race I thought I would see. Yeah.
Well,
No,
don't mind me. I'm gonna go get disqualified from the rest of the race, from the rest of the tourney now.
Once again, we say GG to April. They will be
Yeah.
in soon for an
Wait for
interview.
getting.
Yeah. Then we have lots of questions for all of you.
I
And I'm
can
sure chat does as well, so feel free to put your questions in
honestly,
the...
I do think that I did think that you would have a ton of questions after all that. Half of it was planned. The other half was
Wow.
just me coming up with stuff on the spot to do.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Well, that's me eliminated from the tourney. Thank you very much. I had to do it. I had to.
Yeah, I think everybody in the chat seems to be on the common note of what?
Yeah. So, let's just wait for April to get in here before we.
Yes,
And
we will
Myla,
wait
we love
for that.
this.
Oh my goodness, are you going to destroy your steel
And
soul?
the fire stairs.
Well,
And
everybody
the
gets
is dead!
death animation.
Respect for Myla.
Pyros plays more random now, confirmed.
Oh my god, okay. April is here, I'm gonna drag them in.
Yeah.
Hi everybody,
hello.
GG's?
GG.
Question mark? Exclamation point.
Hello.
Wow.
GG's.
Got a lot of
Yeah, that
questions for
was-
both of you.
Okay, so first off, what?
Yeah. This was okay. The first question, before you even question it, yes, this was planned.
Yeah, this was
April
planned.
planned to do Path of Pain, and I planned to do Steel Soul from when we even started talking about setting up the races, which was like a week ago. So this both of these were planned out a week ago.
And
What
we
wasn't planned out was all of the nail upgrades, all the mask shards, and okay, Sharp Shadow was planned. Actually.
wait, you got nail 4?
No, nail 3.
Yeah.
I got nail 3. I was thinking of getting nail 4, but then I remembered that I would have to get 31 grubs, and I decided
Oh,
that
wait.
We
I'd
were sort
only
of
get
commenting through the race. It kind of looked like you were sort of doing all the and then doing the extras.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought about getting all the grubs, but
That
Yeah, you-
really
decided-
would have been a long commitment.
You must have
Nah,
been really
I'm not-
going fast then.
I did get a really fast Hornet 2.
Yes.
I had a
So I
great
think
Hornet 2. I have no idea.
two-
That was my best Hornet 2 in a while.
Yes, I think the two category extensions, if that's a valid term for them, we had there were All Skills Path of Paint and All Skills Shadow 4 Mask Shards Nail 3.
Yep.
Can the runners show us the bingo board?
Yes, people are really
Yeah.
wondering where the bingo board was.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly, when people started saying that, I regretted not doing it.
Yeah.
I mean,
good point.
Dreamnail.
I've
Oh, were
heard-
you listening to us, Pyros?
I was listening.
I'm so
and I
glad. I was
And I
wondering
heard,
what the Dreamnail
okay, there's
Willows
bingo
are.
board going on, and I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do some bingo board stuff.
I was really disappointed you did not bow to Moss Prophet, dead or alive.
Yeah, that was sad.
Screw him, Ross Prophet. Screw him. I always
Wow.
lose that goal. In my lockouts, I always lost that goal. They don't deserve my bows.
Also, why did you choose not to get Dash Master if you were going to do Sharp
Yeah,
Shadow only
that-
THK?
I only thought of doing that after starting the fight and remembering that I have Sharp Shadow, so I decided, whatever. And then I got to 1 HP at the very end of the fight, and I just decided, you know what,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going to die there.
And the extra charm notches?
I had both Shaman Stone and Sharp Shadow on for quite a lot of the
good.
race.
Pyros,
Yeah,
did
I heard
you
you
re-
guys think that I only had Sharp Shadow at the, when I was going to get the nail upgrades, but no, I also had the.
Yeah. I did notice when you opened your inventory that you also actually had Sharp Shadow on at that point.
The only reason I didn't do it is because, well, I decided to go for the content, and this is the second run that I did. Okay. I think what I think is, I think I've become the meme runner of the tourney. Considering this is like my second content run, and even then, every single other run of mine is in some way, shape, or form confused for people commentating.
So you said this was planned out. Did you plan out finishing that close to each other? Because there was only 4 minutes of difference in there at the end.
I was watching April do stuff, and once I saw them finishing, starting Abyss Climb, I thought that was the point, that I needed to just get everything and go straight for it and not add anything else to it route. Because I know that Path of Pain won't take too long, and
yeah, how much practice went into that? Because it looked like it was fairly clean for a lot of that Path of Pain.
Actually, it was a pretty bad Path of Pain, but I didn't have the usual loadout for Path of Pain IL runs. So this was basically...
Yeah, you obviously don't have Dash Master.
Yeah, no Mark of Pride and no Sharp Shadow. That's actually the most important things. But yeah, that I guess I did have some Path of Pain practice beforehand, so...
Yeah. And I practiced the whole route like twice fully, and once till I died.
I also only ran mine a handful of times.
Well, it was nice, April, but I'm gonna get eliminated from the whole tourney. I've been disqualified for dying to Myla after the race finished. So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually counts. I don't think. If it does, I'm glad it ended in that.
Also, shoutouts to you doing Steel Soul and going along with the idea. And
we were
thanks
very
everyone.
confused for a long time with that.
Also, I just want to say I apologize to all the people that felt like this was a waste of their time. Genuinely, because when I came up with this idea, I did not think that this would be something that people would be angry about. It only just occurred to me yesterday when people started talking about it. And I'm generally sorry if anyone feels disrespected or offended. This was not the intention. This was just a fun idea that...
content.
Yeah, this was a fun idea that we had like a few weeks ago, and then we started routing out everything.
I think at the very least, chat enjoyed that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope they did.
The best part is, you know the Ismus tier?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was a last second change from my practice run before the race, which ended like half an hour before the race started.
Was that planned as a safety strat to go back around, or did you just...
No, I decided that if I have tram pass, I'm just going to do that because it's tram pass content. You don't see that area at all during all skills, so might as well show off that, yes, that area of Kingdom's Edge exists.
Yeah, that was definitely a good demonstration of a lot of different areas of the game.
Okay.
Also, shoutouts to True.
As well.
Okay, there's one
Shoutouts to True All Skills because Dreamgate is a skill. Dreamgate is a skill.
Tram pass is also a skill.
Tram pass is a skill, yeah.
Give us tram pass skill. It's the best horizontal movement in the game. Why is it disrespected like this?
It is the fastest way to get between Forgotten Crossroads and Resting Grounds.
Yeah.
I'll give it that.
One final thing, I think. Oh yeah, one final thing. I actually planned to get 6 charm notches at one point.
Wow.
What are you going to use the other one for?
Get Quick Slash and Fragile Strength, just to obliterate.
That would have been very fun.
But in the end, I decided to not do that because...
Yeah, we noticed you had a lot of spare geo at the end there as well.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I was planning out to also buy those, to also buy Fragile Strength, and I just got a ton of geo just as a meme at one point because I already knew that I had enough, but I wanted more.
Yeah, and finishing the race with, 2,800 geo is...
28.
Cow.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Did you wrote all of that in just as you were going, or did you Like, how much did you deviate from your initial planned route?
Well, I didn't deviate at all from the beginning, and then the major deviations were just the mass shards that I started collecting, all the grubs I collected because those weren't planned. I just decided to save them.
I think that is
I'm the opposite of Fireball. I am the opposite of Fireball, and he's going to throw away the grubs. I'm going to save them and keep them in. I'm going to save all but one.
I think this was the least grubs I saved, but I wanted to really not go for any other memes than this one, because I already felt kind of bad for everyone who hasn't signed up for this.
The main reason why I started doing all of the extra stuff is because April was so far behind after dying to Lost Skin, I think twice.
I think 2 or 3 times. It was a really terrible fight.
I think, yeah.
I
Lost
decided
Skin is a tricky one.
To not make everybody wait for watching only one. I decided to do all that content to equal it out a bit.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
So it wasn't due to me wanting to mock you or anything. It was due to me wanting to keep the times of finishing.
Yeah, well, you certainly did a pretty good job of finishing at a similar time.
Yeah. I was surprised when I pulled up the stream because I wasn't watching, and I just saw like, oh, we're only like 4 minutes apart, huh?
There were quite a lot of moments when you were actually just synced up, going through the normal skills routes.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think we did the Soul Master fights pretty much exactly at the same time.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to watch it back.
Going through more luck.
The major difference was April had Shaman Stone, I didn't.
Yeah.
That was also planned out.
Yeah, Lost Skin was the choke point for me, where I knew if I get past this point, then the run is pretty much saved. But this is the hardest boss for me in the reroute. Which, by the way, don't worry, I'm not going to be doing this again in the tournament. I already got bonked for it, so this was the last path of pain you will be seeing in the tournament.
All right, well, thank you
you're going to see more memes from me if I'm given the chance to.
I would love to.
I'm the meme guy. If I can do the meme strats, I'm gonna do the meme strats. Maybe not Steel Soul anymore because that stops me from.
Yeah, I was slightly surprised to see neither of you talked Elderbug at the beginning, given
that was
the rest of the race.
Talking to Elderbug loses races. I learned that from Rando. I'm glad that April didn't die to False Knight, because if they did, they would have automatically won. As I cannot die to False Knight, I can't do the overpowered strategy of throwing the race for good
also,
luck.
I want to give, just for this route, the shoutouts to Exorex for...
yeah, I did help quite a fair bit with this.
Yeah, you made the road basically by yourself. When I brought up the idea, you immediately jumped on it, and it only took like 3 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting this level of chaos, I'll be honest.
Yeah, nor was I.
And also shoutouts to Herm for jumping in last minute.
Yeah, definitely shoutouts to Herm.
Yeah, thanks guys. I did not know what I was signing up for, but it was quite an experience.
Shout out to Oko again.
Yeah, that was quite the adventure.
This is still shoutouts to Oko. I shouted them out in my last race for all the help they did for me, and for helping me out with the first meme run that I did, which was the completely different all skills route where I went for Wings first, then Ismas, and only then Crystal Dash, which didn't even fully work out, but it did provide the content. And I think a couple people actually learned that mag skip exists thanks to that. But yeah.
Yeah, there was an honourable attempt at mag skip in that first round.
Back then, that was where I started thinking about Steel Soul being possible, and if not for the fact that Oko helped me out with that meme run, I might have not even been known or figured out that I could do a Steel Soul run for this. But yeah, that was a good race. If there's any other questions, lay them down.
Definitely.
I will happily answer them.
We'll just see if chat has any questions before we wrap it up.
I think we're all good.
I think so.
Can wrap it up.
Right.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming
Yeah.
to this race, for watching all these shenanigans.
Thanks for commentating, and thanks for providing the chaos I wanted from my first meme run but didn't get.
Yeah.
Thank you for providing that much content. Thanks everyone for watching. Your chat is cuties, runners are cuties.
Yes, all of you are cute.
Thank you, chat, for
Commentators are
watching.
cuties.
Thank you, Combs. And thank you, Pyro, for putting up with this and pulling through. And
Thank you for
finishing
putting
so
it through.
close to me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll be wrapping it up there.
Yeah.
See you.
See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.